I think I would really kick Floyd in the street fight. Wouldn't even be no match.
Any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it.
Mike Tyson can't stand Floyd Mayweather. He hates that.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson made it clear that he wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather, saying, "I want to fight Floyd." He stressed that Mayweather is the opponent he's most eager to face. This statement has sparked major buzz in the boxing world, given the stark differences in their fighting styles and weight classes.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. Yeah. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin. The gym.
Someone told me this. They say he doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
The gym. Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love to for him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
Mike Tyson was asked if he sees any resemblance between his prime fighting style and Floyd Mayweather's. Tyson responded bluntly, saying he doesn't think Mayweather is as intimidating and doesn't strike fear into opponents the way he once did. His take offers insight into how he views Mayweather's presence in the sport.
Oh my God!
I got a question for you. One question. I am Mike Tyson in his prime versus Money Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Who would win?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm probably 50 pounds heavier than Floyd, so I don't think we ever fight. No, we can never fight. We're two.
Because we can only see that in a video game. So I wanted, I wanted to know, what's your thoughts? And also, when you see Floyd now, do he remind you of him? Do he remind you of yourself when you was rocking?
Yeah, to a certain degree, not totally, because he's not menacing. He's not a threat to the fact that he can hurt somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not going to hurt somebody. He's not going to go into the store and drag somebody out the store or do something ridiculous.
That you might have done.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything ridiculous like that. He's going to have somebody probably, but only because in a situation like that, when everybody loves you, you appear that everybody loves you, you don't know who really doesn't love you. You know, you're never going to have a chance to be at peace with yourself and to know who you really are, because there's too many people talking to you. Yes, from the outside to everybody, yes, doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good what's going on with him right now. You know, we could all be wrong, but from what we're seeing from the outside, things don't look good.
Boxing legends, names like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, should be set aside in favor of his own. Tyson fired back, calling Mayweather very delusional, stating that true greatness goes beyond just in-ring performance. He pointed out that Mayweather's heavy reliance on security, even for simple tasks like taking his kids to school, stands in contrast to how true legends carry themselves in public.
Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
What do you think about Floyd talking about greater than Ali?
He's very delusional. If he was anywhere near that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself.
There you go.
Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
A habit some interpret as self-absorbed. While this confidence highlights his self-belief, it also raises discussions about humility and respect in the sport. Within the boxing community, opinions remain split on whether his self-promotion strengthens or weakens his legacy.
Can I ask you about Mike Tyson? Because he was on this show just last week, and at the moment he's currently being profiled, as you'll know, on the channel Being Mike Tyson. That airs tonight as well. But on the show last week, he was talking about the fact that you're probably the last of these box office stars. You know, young guys are looking to the UFC fighters as opposed to traditional boxers, but you're probably the last of those box office stars. What do you say to that?
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style, and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
This statement highlights his influence not just in the ring, but also in the business side of the sport. His branding approach reflects how modern athletes manage their careers and public image, showing a shift in how boxing's top stars operate.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style, and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
Boxer competes. His perspective underscores how the sport evolves over time, making it difficult to compare fighters across different generations. He encourages fans to appreciate boxers within the context of their own time.
Floyd's undefeated too, but he's not the greatest boxer of all time, right?
It's arguable he is. He's been hit hard maybe 4 times his whole fucking career. Right. You stop and think about how many fights he fought against elite guys. Amazing. Not just great defense, like the best defense of all time.
Yeah.
Somebody like Sugar Ray Robinson.
I think Sugar Ray Robinson had somewhere in the neighborhood of 90+ victories before his first defeat, though. But I think Mike Tyson in his prime, when he knocked out Larry Holmes, when he starched Marvis Frazier, like when he was just smashing everybody, I think he had reached this level that you can only maintain for a certain amount of years. I think if Muhammad Ali had been in the same era as Mike Tyson, he would have been better because Mike Tyson was around.
Even broke his own TV. This story highlights the depth of Tyson's feelings toward Mayweather and hints at deeper tensions between the two boxing icons.
This is some real shit. Mike Tyson called me. Floyd was getting ready to go to jail. We at the M Casino. Mike Tyson said, "Come here, let me talk to you for a second." 50. He pulled me outside the door. The nigga pushed the door. Then the door opened. He came outside. He said, "Yo, I used to hate that nigga." The nigga voice changed. It got deep. You know how Mike Tyson is like, yeah. He all the way up here, Tim. He all the way up here. This nigga say, yo, I used to hate that nigga. I can't fuck with you. I said, oh shit. Look, I'm like this. Look. So I'm sitting there going, I got to fight this nigga, right? I'm thinking I might have to fight this nigga. He said, look at this shit, 50. I'm in a fucking Cadillac, right? He pointed to a fucking Cadillac, it was the shit was fly. It was a Cadillac truck, but to Mike, the shit was some bullshit because it was a Cadillac, right? He going, look at me, 50. I'm in a fucking Cadillac. He said, yo, I broke my TV every time that nigga fought.
Driven by his financial ability, and may have been intended to make Tyson's legal troubles even worse. If true, this would add another layer of complexity to their already rocky relationship.
Said, Mike Tyson can't stand Floyd Mayweather. He hate that. Now look at this. Look, Floyd, the illest. I love him like a brother. So, the nigga's talented. He is our champion.
Yeah.
For this time period, like, you watch him, praises him, all that, but he's our champion. You know what I'm saying? So look, they're gonna do a lot of things, but they're not gonna beat.
No, they're not gonna beat. No.
Until he's too old. When he got to fight, when they finish the money and he got to take a fight. And he's too old, so he take the fight and then see it and he throw the punch. They're late. And hit him. Start seeing 3 one time. You know what I'm saying? It start getting crazy. But look, real. Mike told me, look, the first time this had a rape charge. Look, the first time Mike Tyson was charged, well, he had somebody who was claiming he raped him.
Yeah.
Floyd was paying for that bitch lawyer.
What?
At that, he was paying for girls to say Mike Tyson raped him.
Stop, man.
See, why you see him at this present moment, the one that would be the one that be all about the money. It's the money. It hurt him to watch Mike when he was all about the money. And he had the money.
And experts alike. Renowned commentator Joe Rogan has praised Tyson's fitness, saying his strength, speed, and power remain extraordinary for his age. Rogan believes Tyson's relentless training has helped him retain much of his past explosiveness, proving that even now, he commands respect in the ring.
Against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier. You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight, because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports, and Joe Frazier had been talking about Tyson, that he was in his prime, he would beat Tyson, and so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. It was an execution.
Is that the one in Atlantic City where it lasted 1 round?
1 round. Hey, let's watch it, because it's one of my favorite fights to watch Tyson, because it's Tyson in his prime where he was terrifying. He was so fast, and he would do angles, and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him, and he was just coming at you. And he was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody with him.
According to Egan, Tyson's dominance in the ring made him one of the most feared and respected fighters of his time.
But I was so relaxed. Next when I look into the ring, and Mike's pacing the ring and his shirt off. His body, his physique was incredible. His biceps, his chest, his neck. Incredible. I hadn't seen him stripped to the waist.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm thinking, that's not the same 17-year-old boy I met yesterday. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I ran with this morning. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I sat next to on the minibus getting here.
Yeah.
Then Cuss pointed to one of the big men to get in. He was knocked spark out. I tell people, I say it all the time, I ruined a good pair of underpants at that moment in time. I shit myself. There's no way a 17-year-old should have that power. He knocked a couple more out. I got in, I got battered for 3 minutes, got out. A couple more, got in. Then I was back in again. I'd done 6 minutes with him that day. But the madness in me, George, because I do believe fighters have to have a little bit of madness in them. You know, I really do. And it's not insulting any fighter, but I just believe that there's a bit of madness in us all to fight and to want to fight.
Yeah.
And I believed in my mind, one day I'll get the better of you. I never did. I stayed on with him for 2 years. And it was probably the makings of me, because I took some serious punishment off that man over 2 years. He made me cry so many times. But psychologically, I believed if I could take Mike Tyson's punishment, I could take anybody's punishment. Because he was such a power puncher. He used to speak to my mum on the phone regular. Oh, Mrs. Egan, chatting away, and she'd say to him, oh, Mike, thank you so much for looking after my son. But he was minding me as well. Even though he was battering me, he was minding me. I remember one time when Sugar Ray Leonard came to the gym. He came to the gym on 2 occasions while I was there. And Mike wanted to impress Ray Leonard because he was in awe of Sugar Ray Leonard, like a lot of fighters are.
Yeah.
And Mike savagely beat his sparring partners this day.